Can you find items at thrift stores at this day and age to make money off of? We're going to find out. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button as well as subscribe to my channel. Every Friday, I make a new video about personal finance and technology. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new videos. So the question is, can you still make money at thrift stores finding items in this day and age? We are going to head to some thrift stores and find some items, hopefully for my eBay store that I can resell. I'm going to head to a Goodwill retail store to see if I can find video games and action figures for my eBay store. I'm also going to head to a place called Give Me a 5 that sells returns from Walmart, Amazon, and other stores that you can get for 25 cents. I'm gonna go on the 25-cent day. They normally sell them for $5 per item on the restock days, but I'm actually gonna go to the 25-cent day and see if I can find some items there. And last, I'm gonna go to a store called McKay's that's in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I'm gonna see if I can find some items there. I've already been to the one in Nashville, and I'm gonna see if I can find some items at the one in Chattanooga. So let's head out to these thrift stores and see if we can find some items for my eBay store. So here's everything that I got from all of the thrift stores that I went to. I paid $161.42 and I got 83 items that you see here. And I'll kind of go through it and show you what I got from each of the different thrift stores. There were a lot of things that at the thrift stores were a little bit out of my price range, and so I just went ahead and put most of those back, especially with some of the Goodwill retail stores. A lot of those games that were in the video were just out of my price range. I think they were like maybe $4 or $5.99 a piece, which to me is fairly expensive for some games that are really not that really good as far as in value. So went ahead and passed on a lot of it, but I did find a bulk of my stuff at the McKay's in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and then I found some items at Give Me a 5. So kind of show you what I got here, and then we'll kind of explain what everything I paid overall, which is $161.42. So I'll break it down individually as far as the places that I spent, and then show you everything at once. I got these 3 items from Give Me a 5, which is a store that sells items that are returned from Amazon, Walmart, Target, things like that. So you can find a lot of items that are still in good shape that have just been returned because maybe they're open box or something like that. And so they get all of those returns and then sell them most of the time, especially on the restock days, for $5. But each of the days in the week, as you continue to go down, kind of the price increases as far as what the items are for that day. So the restock days are on the weekend, and they are $5 for any items that you purchase. But then as you kind of go through the week, there are $3 days, $1 day, and then the day that I went is 25-cent day. So I got all of these items for 25 cents a piece. And with tax and everything, it was 82 cents. But I found a Wii remote, which is an aftermarket Wii remote, but the buttons and all that seem to be working pretty good. And so I figured I would take a chance on it for 25 cents and that I could maybe sell for 10 plus. So that's definitely a good profit at that. And then this Batman action figure, went ahead and took a chance on this too. 25 cents. I know I can sell it for $1 or a couple of dollars at the least. So I went ahead and took a chance on it for 25 cents. And then I typically don't buy these. If it's not media or any type of action figures, I typically don't buy anything that is not that. For 25 cents, I thought this was definitely a good deal. But what this is, a shirt folder. And so you can put your shirts on here if you have a t-shirt business or something like that you're wanting to quickly fold your shirts. You can use this to kind of go ahead and fold those fairly quickly. And so for 25 cents, with it having all of the pieces, I thought that was definitely a good deal. So 82 cents for all of those items that I found at Give Me a 5. But the majority of my items I found at the McKay's bookstore or thrift store that has all of video games and movies and things like that are used. Of course, some of them are new in box, but does have a lot of retro stuff. So you can find a lot of good items at the McKay's in Chattanooga, and there's one in Nashville, Tennessee, which is closer to me. I think there's another location in one of the Carolinas, maybe North Carolina or South Carolina, but there are 3 locations that I know of as far as McKay's. I've only been to the Chattanooga location and the Nashville location as of yet, but maybe one day I'll be able to travel out to one of the Carolinas to go to the McKay's there and check it out, see if I can find some inventory. $160.60 is what I paid for these items that you see here that I got at McKay's, and I'll go through those really quickly, show you a couple of comps on the screen, just showing you what a few of the items sell for that are fairly expensive as far as in value, but you'll see here kind of what I paid. The majority of the items were $1.95 a piece, but there were a few that were sprinkled in that were $3.95, but I tried to stay away from those as much as possible and to only get games that were $1.95. And these are listed as very scratched, but the PlayStation 3 games, most of those were still in pretty good shape. It just had maybe a marking on the top or something like that. But as far as the disc, there was no scratching on it at all. And I do have a disc cleaner, so I will use that on the disc that need it. But for the majority of these, there's not going to be any cleaning that I need to do. But here's what I got. Got Arch Rivals for the Sega Genesis, and paid $1.95 for it. And then Shaq Fu paid $4.95. That's what I was saying. There are a couple of $4.95 games that are sprinkled in here that I just went ahead and bought because I know that I can get a little bit more for them. Watch Dogs for the Xbox One, $3.95 for that. And then Fallout 4 for the Xbox One, $2.95 for it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the Wii, and it has some markings on the top there. And then moving on here to the PlayStation 2, and then NHL Hits for the PlayStation 2 does sell pretty good. Paid 95 cents for it. Paid 95 cents for NFL Blitz for the PlayStation 2. It is complete. Just has some marking on the top there, which is not a big deal. Legends of Wrestling, $3.95 for it, and it's complete. Went ahead and took a chance on it. 95 cents for Hitman. And this is Devil May Cry, the original one. Paid 95 cents for it. It's just a disc only. And NBA Street for the PlayStation 2, which is complete. It just has some marking on the top. 95 cents for that also. And then moving on here to the Xbox 360. The majority of the items that I got were PlayStation 3 because those discs actually were in great shape. So couldn't really pass on those games because they were so cheap and the discs didn't need to be cleaned at all. So Lego Hobbit for the Xbox 360, paid $1.95 for that. $1.95 for Tekken. Dynasty Warriors, $1.95 complete. Warriors, $3.95 for it, but it is complete. And it doesn't have any marking on it, so $3.95 I thought was pretty good for that. $1.95 for Diablo. The rest of the games were PlayStation 3, and I paid $1.95 a piece. Well, that's going to do it for today, guys. Make sure to comment below and tell me what you think about this haul that I paid $161.42 for. Did I get a good deal, or should I actually look for some different items next time? Make sure to comment your thoughts below. Also, make sure to check out my other videos on my channel, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.